Hello people, this is Mark from CoachWorks. I hope that you're all well. Let's talk about human relationships. The one vitally important thing that we as people need to develop and grow and nurture. I'm going to sum it up into maybe two major groups. You get your positive influences and you get your negative influences. I don't want to get into the details about how I got to that, but let's just for now understand that there are two different groups of influences in our social circles. And Laura is busy doing she's preparing and creating content regarding narcissists, and I will do my take on that as well. And she's also doing a series on personality types. I'm not particularly interested in that too much at this point in time. I might do some in the future, but she is in the process of researching that as well. And I want to talk about the negative portion of the society social circles bit in relationship to context. And what I want to say here is, have you noticed when you've got someone that is controlling, or a bully, or someone that likes to dominate and control, name it whatever you like, it doesn't matter, but have you noticed that there's very often a power struggle that is involved in the tensions in that particular relationship, because you get the person A, person B, and they're discussing something in the middle, and they might not necessarily see eye to eye or see the same issues in the same way, whatever the case might be, and you'll always get one. Very rare that both people will be able to negotiate in an adult way or a mature way to try and resolve this. But when you've got people who are controlling, bullying, you know, I'm using the verb form, of course, of that particular noun for a particular reason, and how they like to confuse and distort, and how they like to try and manipulate information and people on the basis of they will only tell you little bits of information. Now, I have made a video on lies and how you've got lies of commission and lies of omission, and then there's another video that includes bullshitters. And I want to kind of make reference to those in connection with what we are dealing with now, and that is when you get these people, you will find them everywhere. If you start listening very clearly to how people speak, they will often do, those people, when they speak, it's always out of context. They will never tell you the whole story, because as soon as they tell you the whole story, then it might shine a light on them that they don't really want people to see for who they are, and particularly what they are. So they will always keep something in the background, always something that they won't tell you, in order for you to not have context in terms of why what is said, why has this happened and not something else, whatever the case might be. And the danger is when you are in that kind of relationship where only bits of pieces of narrow information is coming, one, you can't really make a effective quality decision because you haven't got context. And the other side of it is also you are vulnerable to the bullying tactics of some of these personality types. And a word that comes to mind is gaslighting from the narcissistic kind of spectrum of personality types. And this whole idea is about you questioning you, how the gaslighter erodes knowledge and information and experience by you constantly questioning your own validity as far as your opinions and experiences are concerned. And the way they do that is by simply giving you information out of context, or they will tell other people things about you out of context in order to paint you in a bad light. Be careful when you see these kind of things take place now that the sun's coming out and it is what it is. So let me go for a bit of a walk here. And it's made me realize in relationships that I've had in the past, and I got into a lot of trouble for various reasons, for one, being honest and open and transparent, because for you guys who know me, you'll know that that is exactly what I'm like. But when people tell others stories out of context, and all of a sudden, in my case, it was, am I really like that? Have I really done this? Gaslighting. When I hear others talk about stuff about me, gaslighting, was I really like that? Is this the way that I've affected people, or is this the impression that people have of me? Gaslighting, this questioning stuff all the time out of context, just like lies of commission, this deliberate twisting of information. But the gaslighting out of context tactic is simply to keep you in the dark, to focus in on something really, really small instead of seeing the greater picture. And the illustration that I use is when you go to a building, a big massive skyscraper kind of effort, and you notice that the windows are dirty, you don't condemn the building because the windows are dirty, or there's a little crack in the plaster, you don't condemn the building. You need to get the bigger picture. And I say that with a bit of venom in my spirit, because of this is how a lot of people's lives are being destroyed, because of this out of context bit. It's made me really angry in the past, where things are taken out of context and then it is assumed to be fact, when in fact, in the grand scheme of things, if it happened to those, they would have done exactly the same, and then they become crybabies when it does happen to them. But they're the ones who kick you when you're down, but they don't like being kicked when they are down. This hypocrisy thing has really made me angry in the past, all because of out of context and the danger that it brings, and the confusion that it brings, and the destruction that it brings in relationships, not just you about you, but you in relationship to the whole entire universe. Out of context is really, really important. And there's a saying that goes, no man is an island. You can't be, because as humans we are always and always in context, and as soon as you take that out, you make yourself to be an island. It is very, very dangerous. If you want to survive in life, context is important. Always, when you speak to people, always give them context, not content. Content is one thing. Context makes the content meaningful. Sorry for the rant, sorry for the bit of venom and anger that's come through, but it's really destroyed my life in many ways, this out of context thing. But of course, the people who employ those tactics, they think that they're doing a great job. I did such a job in the past, and if I've affected you, I do apologize, but it was part of the job. It was part of how they train you. And I'm hoping that this gives you more relevant information that seems more sensible and real. Okay guys, this is it for now, bearing in mind that this is just context. There's many more. This is Mark from Courage Change Works. Please subscribe, share, hit the bell, pick all, because every time we do upload a video, you'll be notified, and you can continue to let the community grow and keep it going. I do thank you for all your efforts. You guys are champion. For now, this is it. I'll speak to you soon. See you later.